Okay, what's going on, y'all? As you can see, the oil right there. We have a freon leak on this particular coil. We just got the new one in, so I'm disassembling the system now. I just pulled out a lot of the screws and took the condenser off. Condenser fan motor. Cool thing is, they got a wire harness. So you just have to disconnect everything and then, pull the harness out. But this is what we're looking at. Got your compressor and your high pressure switch, which is on your liquid line. I got all these covers disconnected, so I should be able to just pull them on out. Lay it down. I don't want it to fly off on it. Not complicated at all. Let's see, I think these are clipped in. Yep, I see a clip there and a clip there. Oops, sorry y'all. Let's see. Oh, come on now. So all I gotta go do is basically recover this freon and sweat this joint out right here. And the whole coil comes out. I lay the new one in, sweat it back right there, put everything together, vacuum the system. Charge it. Critically charged. Let's see. All four of these are the same. They all 5 tons. So 5 pounds, 8 ounces of 410A freon. These are 460 volt systems, 3-phase. Fan motor, single phase. 410A. Okay, y'all. Keep it away so it don't weld back on that joint. Y'all see that? So now it's just about just pulling it out, making sure I don't mess up with the clips. Try to get out with the solid footage, but I think that was on the wrong end. I should have just when I put it back together, let y'all put this in. gotta go slow when you're putting these screws in. You don't want to puncture the condenser coil. Make sure you watch everything that you're doing. And always pull your Schrader valves out when you gotta do any kind of torching on the condenser, because you don't want to burn the gasket on the Schrader valve. That'll cause a leak in the future. So just pull it out of the system. Grab my vacuum pump, wire it. I'm gonna put everything back together, wire it up, grab my vacuum pump, pull the vacuum. After my vacuum, charge it. I know I'm sealed. If not, so now I'm going through a headache again. I got the system. I'm gonna pressurize it. Put together all the screws, fan motor connected, got it wired in with its harness. You just connect them together. It's nothing spectacular. It only goes in one way. So now, I'm gonna put my Schrader valves back in, and we're gonna pull a vacuum. I'm gonna go to lunch, then afterwards, when I come back, I'm gonna take my pump off, and it says 5 ounces, 5 pounds, 8 ounces. Then when you consider the line set, probably about a 25-foot run, so I'm gonna throw another pound in. So we're gonna look at about almost 7 pounds. Probably like 6'8", 6'10". This is a 3-phase 410A 460-volt system. Just like any other 3-phase system, it only has a cap for the fan. The fan, I believe, is 208, 230. If I'm mistaken. Nope. The fan is 460. 460. Okay. Well, let me go and show you how to plug these gauges up. It ain't nothing. You know, most of y'all know how to do this. It's in the HVAC field. Just a little time consuming, that's all, when you're putting your condenser coil in. Yeah, the old condenser coil was leaking, Freon, and it was at the aluminum and copper fitting. And you try to use that AL822, but it don't do nothing but flake up and make the hole even bigger. That's why I don't like those. On a high pressure system, these mircrochannel coils are not good. Like 410A Freon, they're not good for mircrochannel condenser coils are not good for high pressure Freon.
Usually you weigh them in.
407C, that's a low pressure Freon. It works just fine.
I got a little method how I roll. I try to go to 100 PSI with the unit off, then I cut it on and then finish it off. Through the suction side, charging it. You see it's 410A, so you gotta be careful. You pop something. About a done. Okay. Alright. Move this stuff out the way. And it's already calling. You can see my contactor is pushed in. So let's see. I always charge my unit, y'all, between 40 and 50 degrees. Regardless of the Freon pressure, I'll always look at degrees. That's good. And then about 100 to 120 on the high side. at the purple, almost about 48. I'll be back. And on my low side, we had 100. Between 100 and 120. Oh, on your high side, I'm sorry, y'all. On the high side. On the low side, it's always between 40 and 50 degrees. As y'all see, we running. Got my new coil on. Got everything wired up. Always put your hand over there to see if you can feel that heat coming out of it. You know, that's a good way to always check it. That's the heat. Now, I don't know what's going on with this one. So I'm gonna go check the indoor air handler and see if that float switch done tripped the condenser on. We have to change this compressor air. It's not easy, you know, but it ain't hard. It's time consuming, basically. And they're not that long. I mean, let's say 2 hours. It took me 2 hours, and that's with me taking a break because I was tired climbing up and down this ladder with my torch, my Freon, new coil, get the old coil out. But yeah, y'all, it's a done deal. Replace the 410A microchannel condenser coil. Yeah, be good.